So to start, of course, avocado. Now there are different types. This one is the type that you would find in North America. And when Phil and I were traveling around the Mediterranean, we found a different type. It's bigger, it has thin skin, and it's more of a green skin, whereas this one is small, brown, and the skin is pretty thick. And I always forget what the different names are for these ones. Maybe someone can enlighten me by leaving me a comment. But anyway, so these ones are the ones that you'll see in North America. And to tell when they're ripe, these ones want to be a brown color. And when you push it, you want to feel a little bit of softness, but not too much. If it's too soft, it's gone bad. If it's hard, it's not ripe yet. So somewhere in the middle is that sweet spot. And one way to be sure with these avocados is there's a stem right here. If you take the stem off, you should see green in there. If it's white, it's not ripe. If it's brown, it's gone bad already. Okay, so this is a good avocado. And to go with my avocado, the inspiration for this salad today actually was the end of this bunch of beautiful fresh dill that I got. It really is a thing of beauty. It smells so good. I've done a few different things with it in the last week and a half or so, and today's the end of my dill. I need to use it up today, otherwise I probably wouldn't use this much in this dressing. And then to go with that, I've got some green onion. White onion, like cooking onions, aren't the greatest for salad dressings for raw stuff, but green onions are really nice. They're softer flavor. And then I've got a clove of garlic. So start by getting into that avocado. I like to cut it all the way around, give it a turn, and then when the pit comes out nice like this and bald, we shall call it, that means that it's perfect ripeness. If there's little bits of avocado stuck to the pit, it wasn't quite ripe yet. Give it a little tap with your knife. Sometimes it needs to be a little bit harder, and then twist it and the pit will come out nice and easily. Then the trick is getting the pit off the knife without cutting yourself. Okay. Pit to the side, and then you can either peel the skin off. When it's nice and ripe, it comes off so easily, or you can take a spoon and scoop it out. And then what we're going to do to make this dressing is blend the avocado. You can put it in a blender, a food processor. I'm going to use my hand blender today. And to be honest, it's because this dish is much easier to scoop out every last little bit of avocado dressing, whereas a blender or a food processor, there's blades to contend with and all that kind of stuff. So this is my choice today. All right, depending on how much you want, you can either use the whole avocado or half an avocado. Avocados don't keep very well unless you put some citrus juice in them. To do this salad for 2 people, you only need half the avocado. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, so I think I'm going to just leave this here and see how the dressing comes out, how much it makes, and whether I want more or not. With the garlic, when you're doing it raw, always a good idea to put it in the press so that it gets very fine and you don't get a chunk of garlic. Sometimes some juice comes out, that's pretty nice. And then the stuff that comes on the other side of the press, you can either toss, or I'm going to just chop it up a little bit and throw it in there as well. I like garlic, so I'm okay with this. Get a little bit of pink there from the beets. And then the dill, you can just take off its stems. If you're using a high-powered blender or a food processor, you can just throw it in there. But because I'm using a hand blender, I'm going to chop this up. Hand blenders are not quite as powerful. Same thing with the green onions. If you're using something powerful, you can just throw them in there whole. I'm going to chop them up and throw them in. Alright, to your avocado, you're going to add some lemon juice, which you can get from a fresh lemon or some lemon juice, which I use today. Lime, also excellent. Both go very well with avocado, kind of a Mexican guacamole type feel. And then some water as well, because we are making this into a liquid salad dressing. And then throw your dill and your onion in there. And so get that all in there. The last thing I'm going to add here is something for some salt. And what I'm going to use instead of salt is some miso. Now, miso has salt in it, so it is a little bit of a processed food, but if you get a type that is properly fermented, it has live cultures in it, it's very healthy, excellent addition to a salad dressing. So although I said everything else is whole foods, this is not technically whole food. It does have some things added to it, but if you buy a brand that has some natural, that just has natural ingredients, so this one says organic pearl barley, organic whole soybeans, sea salt, filtered water, and the miso culture. So that's for just a little bit of saltiness in here. You can also just leave it out, but salt helps to bring all of these various flavors together. Now I think I'm going to need some more water in here. It's best to start with little bits of water, and you can always add more later, whereas you cannot take it out, unfortunately. So give that a blend in whatever blending method you're doing until it's nice and smooth, and you're looking for whatever consistency you want. So just keep adding water until you get the salad dressing consistency you like. You can go with a creamier dressing or a runnier dressing, whatever you like. I've got this blended up. Take a little taste. Make sure you like it. Oh, that is good. A little bit garlicky. So if you're not big on garlic, I would probably cut that down. My clove was very large, but it would probably be good for the whole avocado to do dressing with the whole one, because I've just used half so far. Now with the rest of it, you can either just make more dressing and save it, but like I said, it won't keep for very long, or you can just chop this up and put it in your salad. Alright, so it looked like a lot of dressing in the cup, but I got tossing it and I needed the other half of the avocado. So I blended it up, tossed her in here, and I now have a large bowl of beet, kale, tomato, avocado dressed salad, and I'm really excited about it. You believe that that is one beet, that bowl full? Well, a lot of kale in there too. Anyway, I will post the recipe over at healthyveganrecipes.net. And for those of you who are worried about using an entire avocado to dress a salad, I'm going to post the nutritional breakdown of an avocado dressing versus an oil-based dressing, because oil is super concentrated in fats, whereas avocado, yes, a lot of their calories are from fat, but their calories are actually much lower than a small amount of oil. So the total calorie difference and fat breakdown will be really interesting. I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but I will post that along with the recipe. Leave me your comments, and also be sure to check out my detoxing blogs over at healthyeatingstartshere.com.